city of Delray Beach is considering a controversial issue tonight. CBS 12's Al Peffley reports they're looking at lifting the city's ban on conversion therapy. Al joins us from Delray Beach City Hall tonight.
Some might say city officials should be focused on things such as drinking water, reducing crime in parks. But here in Delray Beach, city commissioners are discussing conversion therapy.
I think that the research and all professional organizations have shown that this can be incredibly harmful, and we don't want to harm the youth in our community.
Dr. Rachel Needle is a licensed psychologist in West Palm Beach. She says conversion therapy is not a good thing, and it can lead to all sorts of trouble for teens.
We have a lot of research now that shows that it can be very harmful and can lead to a number of mental health issues in minors, including shame, guilt, depression, decreased self-esteem.
She says it can also lead to feelings of self-hatred, substance abuse, even suicidal thoughts. Conversion therapy is the attempt to change a minor who exhibits homosexual or lesbian tendencies into a heterosexual who's attracted to members of the opposite sex. The city of Delray Beach has banned conversion therapy, but is now considering lifting that ban.
The courts have recently deemed bans on conversion therapy unconstitutional, so you're starting to see litigation. And the reason to repeal this ordinance is simply to avoid litigation that would cost our taxpayers.
Delray Beach Deputy Vice Mayor Julie Casal says if the city were to leave its ban on conversion therapy in place, the city could get hit with a lawsuit that could be very expensive.
Personally, I'm not in favor of conversion therapy. I don't support it, but from my perspective, I try to look at things how does this impact the taxpayers? And from that position, I'm really looking at it as a financial decision. Litigation can cost sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Delray Beach City Commissioners will consider lifting the ban on conversion therapy and may also pass a resolution saying the city discourages conversion therapy. Dr. Needle says basically conversion therapy does not work.
Gender orientation and identity can exist on a continuum and at times can fluctuate, but it's not something that we can change purposefully.
The deputy vice mayor believes that other cities will also consider lifting their bans on conversion therapy to avoid the possibility of costly legal battles and court cases.
The Vero Beach City Marina is growing, attracting more boaters and leading the city to plan an expansion of the dry boat storage facility. But some locals don't like that plan, so they got a referendum on the November ballot to stop it. Now the city is fighting back. CBS 12's Treasure Coast reporter Dylan Uberman joins us live tonight with that story. Dylan?
The Vero Beach Preservation Alliance collected enough signatures to get a referendum on the November ballot that would stop the marina expansion. It would also block the city developing a number of areas that they own. Now the city is taking the group to court.
Most locals agree the Vero Beach City Marina dry boat storage needs to be updated. The problem is getting everyone on the same page with just how much bigger it should be. Leslie Tilley is with the Vero Beach Preservation Alliance.
We have a very large industrial building, 8,000 square feet, but they wanted to triple the size of it. And they did not reach out to the community, no town hall meetings, no communication.
The Preservation Alliance managed to put the issue on the November ballot. If it passes, the city's hands would be tied when it comes to expanding the marina and other projects on some city-owned property. Now the city is trying to get a judge to block the referendum before a single vote is cast. The issue, says City Manager Monty Falls, is that some language in the referendum is unclear. The word structures, for instance.
That's pretty broad. It could be anything from a building to a sidewalk to a playground. Even a fence would be considered a structure.
Which has led to this legal standoff, and the clock is ticking.
The city has actually filed its complaint, and the other side, the Vero Beach Preservation Alliance, have been served with that complaint. So we are now waiting on a judge to set a date to hear it.
Karen Marcel with the Vero Beach Preservation Alliance says they followed the rules, qualified for the ballot, and the city ought to let voters decide.
It seems very unfair, and it seems as though they're dismissing the voice of the people, and that is what we found throughout the time that we've been talking to City Council.
We applaud the citizen initiative, getting together on something they believe in. We want to make sure that the people that vote on this initiative have all the information they need, and it's presented in clear and unambiguous language.
Now, it's still not clear if a judge will take up the issue before it hits the ballot. Now, early voting takes place here in Indian River County starting on October 24th. Now, if it passes on the ballot before a judge gets to look at it, the city's going to have to explore other options.